Hey guys, Blade here, bringing another Pokemon TCG online video, and today we're kind of bringing you a deck profile update, and we are bringing you the Houndoom Mill deck profile update since the new update. Yeah, we added cards like Delinquent and tried to make the deck more consistent, so yeah, let's just jump straight into the deck profile. So we're running 3 Bombi, pretty simple. We kind of need it for extra mill, so we run 3 Bombi, plus its other attack to shuffle 1 card from your discard pile into your deck is pretty nice every once in a while, depending on whether or not you're going to deck out in certain matchups, stuff like that. Then we're running 1 Shaman EX. Shaman is just super good, and it just helps with our inconsistencies in the deck every once in a while, so that's why we run the 1 Shaman. Then we are running 4 Houndoom EX, just for the attack Melting Horn to discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Now you can use Ground Flame if you so need to. It can do 100 damage against grass Pokemon, which can be pretty good sometimes if you need it, so that's also another reason why we run the Houndoom EX. Moving on to our trainers, we are running 4 Crushing Hammers. Crushing Hammer is just so good in this deck, and it really changes the tide in this deck. And as you can tell, it just synergizes with the other types of cards that we use in the deck. So yeah, then we're running 2 Enhanced Hammer. Enhanced Hammer just gets rid of the special energies and slows our opponents down. We're running 2 Level Ball. Level Ball is basically only used to get Bombi, and we only run 2 because we don't usually need Bombi all that often. So we only run 3 of them, and it's a question on whether you should run 2 or 3. I run 3 just in case if we get Houndoom's prize, stuff like that. Then we're running 1 red card. Red card goes really well with Delinquent. If you can Delinquent red card, it can be really strong. So we just run the 1 red card. Plus it interrupts our opponent's plays. It could Sycamore for 7, then pass, and then you can red card them down to 4, if that makes sense. So red card's just super strong. Then we're running 1 Super Rod, just in case if we need Pokemon like Houndoom or Bunnelby, we can put that back into our deck. Plus we can put energies back into our deck, which is really good, so that's why we run the Super Rod. Then we're running 4 Super Scoop Ups. Same reason as we did before, is because we can pick up Houndoom if it doesn't get hit KO'd in 1 hit. Also we can pick up Shaman and abuse Shaman's setup abilities, so yeah. Then we're running 1 Switch. Switch is just really strong, and it helps us get out of certain sticky situations. Say our Houndoom is poisoned up front, then we can just switch into another Houndoom if we don't have a Super Scoop Up, stuff like that. Or Houndoom is damaged up front, we can switch into a fresh one, Super Scoop Up, stuff like that. So yeah, that's why we run the 1 Switch. Then we're running 3 Trainers Mail. It just helps with getting Crushing Hammers, Super Scoop Up switches, Trick Shovels, stuff like that. Then we're running 4 Trick Shovels. Trick Shovels is just so good in this deck, with Melting Horn discarding 2 cards and then discarding another card. Discarding 3 cards is a lot in a turn, plus you gotta take in your opponent's draw for the 4th card, so that's a lot of cards to be losing in a turn, and it's just really solid overall. Then we're running 3 Ultra Ball just to get these Houndooms and the Shamans and the Bombi occasionally. We usually don't grab Bombi off Ultra Ball, we'd rather grab Houndoom or Shaman, so that's why we're only running 3 Ultra Ball. Then we're running 4 VS Seeker. We don't run a ton of supporters, but the supporters that we run, we like to see them often when we need them to get our other resources to make the game easier on us. So then we're running 1 Delinquent. Now this card is situationally good, but when it is good, it really is good. So if your opponent has basically 5 or less cards in hand, Delinquent becomes a really strong thing. And seeing this as a standard only deck, we can really abuse when someone flips the tails on Birches into a Delinquent, and it can really change the game, so that's why we're running the Delinquent. Then we're running 1 Lysander, just to Lysander out big things in the back row so that their current active Pokemon can attack and stuff like that. So that's why we run the 1 Lysander. Then we're running 4 Birches because it's standard, and you kind of need to run Birches. Then we're running 4 Sycamore. I was running 2 before, but I thought it was inconsistent in this new format, so we bumped it up to 4, and I think it runs really well at 4. So then we're running 3 Silent Lab. Now this is kind of bad for us in a way that we do run Shaman, so Silent Lab counters Shaman, but once you have Silent Lab up, you should know not to play your Shaman, hopefully, and then you'll be set. Then we're running 2 Headringers. Headringers are really good in the Seismitoad matchup, or any matchup where they like to get a fast EX attacker up quick for cheap amounts of damage, like Lucario, Seismitoad, where they can just do quick damage, start locking you out of things, or overpressure you. Headringer really helps in that regard, so that's why we're running the 2 Headringer. Then we're just running 8 basic fire energy. We don't have to run any other energy, so all we really need to do is meet this energy requirement of the fire energy for Houndoom, so that's all we run. So yeah, that's basically the entire deck. I've lost, I want to say, 6 games with this deck so far. I think we're 18 and whatever, 24 I think is that we are. So yeah, I get really bad RNG with this deck though, so if you aren't good at flipping coin flips, I don't think you should play this deck, because crushing hammers and super scoop up heads are pretty important in the deck. But it's still one of my more favorite decks, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And I say that a lot, but yeah, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down below. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.